Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Recap Book Edition. My name is Jose Altamirano, and today we'll be discussing the second week of How to Win Friends and Influence on People. And we decided to bring you out here to this beautiful park in the heart of Orange County. So while we discuss what we learned, let's go ahead and take a look around.
I wanted to bring you out today to this beautiful park, a place that I fell in love with since the first day I saw it. It's been many years, but I always come back to this park every once in a while to read a good book. So I hope that you like it as well.
So I'm not a big fan of romanticizing reading, as I mentioned in the first episode, but at the same time, every once in a while, it's nice to come out to a place like this, and this is a great spot. Tewinkle Park in Costa Mesa. It's just a beautiful place to maybe pick up a book, sit down under a tree and actually read a couple of pages here. Like I said, it's not an always thing, but every once in a while it doesn't hurt. So last week, Dale Carnegie taught us a lot in the first 3 chapters. He showed us a new way of handling people. If you want to learn more about it, you definitely should check out the first video of this book. And this week, he teaches us new ways of how to get people to like us. And although it might seem simple, it can be very challenging sometimes. But hey, sometimes growing is not the easiest thing in the world, right? So let's go ahead and take a look around while we discuss what we learned.
So here are the 6 ways to make people like you, according to Dale Carnegie. Number 1, become genuinely interested in other people. Number 2, smile. Number 3, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Number 4, become a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Number 5, talk in terms of the other person's interests. And number 6, make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely.
So some of these suggestions may seem simple, but you might even say, hey, it can't be that easy. But the challenge lays in being able to do them when the situations may not present themselves. For example, smile when you have a bad day. Or how about, listen to someone who you perhaps don't have the best reputation of. At the end of the day, that's where the challenge is. To be able to control yourself, and rather than try to control the other person.
And self-control is the hard part, especially when we grow up in a society that taught us to point the finger over there and blame on the other side, and never to look at ourselves as responsible for our own happiness. So when you have to smile, perhaps in a bad day, it requires self-control. But it is also that self-control that allows you to do little things for other human beings. Like pay attention to what they say and actually listen. It is a change in attitude. And it is a difficult one sometimes. To be able to put aside our interests and listen to the other person and help them feel important.
You see, it is the little things that matter. For example, remembering someone's name. It might seem like an insignificant thing, but how many times do we actually do it? When you remember someone's name, you are telling them you are important. See, how many people do we meet every day? And for us to be able to remember people's names, we're telling them, you matter to me. So now, it might be the person who gives you the coffee in the morning, or perhaps the person who cleans your office. When you tell them something and call them by their name, how can they not like you? You're taking the time and effort to make them important in your life.
In helping other people feel important, is the greatest secret when it comes to getting people to like you. When we're able to stop ourselves and listen to them and try to see their points of view and try to understand why they do the things they do. Why do they say the things they say? And we give them appreciation. How can they not like us? Especially in a world out there where appreciation sometimes is so scarce. When we become a source of it, people will come to us. Now, this requires a change in our attitude. This requires us to put ourselves on the side and hand the microphone over to the other person and say, I am here to listen to you. Tell me why you are the way you are. Now, when we apply this to our families, to our loved ones, to those we say we care about, wonderful things happen. When was the last time we stopped and listened and understood why our family members feel the way they do? And when we're able to change that attitude from an attitude of judgment to an attitude of understanding, we become sources of joy. Now, I'm not saying this will be an easy thing, but when it comes to those people we care about, those close ones to our heart, isn't it worth doing?
You know, the more I read this book, the more I understand that what he's trying to tell us is that we must become self-responsible when it comes to our happiness. And that we must learn to control our behavior rather than try to control other people's. Because when we put our expectations on others and make them responsible for our happiness, oh, until such and such person changes, then I'll be happy, then I'll be a nice person. That's never gonna happen. Because we cannot control what other people do, say, or think. But we can control how we act towards them. So, how do we get people to like us? But liking ourselves first. And being that person we wish everyone else would be. Because only then we will be able to be someone worth being liked. All right, well, that does our episode for today. Thank you very much for watching the recap book edition. This is, remember, our second week of How to Win Friends and Influence on People. So we're going to be starting on our third week. Remember, 9 pages a day. And we had a blast right here in this park, Tewinkle Park. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you're around the area of the Orange County Fairgrounds, come and visit this park. It's an amazing place. All right, well, I got 9 pages to read. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.